Same thing with winning the lotto. It's actually higher than winning the lotto. Winning the lotto is 0.00001%. So you have a highly likelihood of the lightning striking you than winning the lotto. So it's actually more like 5% or less to get one of these movers that double or triple.
$8,000 in a month, a little bit more, just
Yeah, look for a $200 day.
from your scalping. You're figuring out, you're buying yourself time on how to figure out, well, maybe this type of trading is the right type of trading for me. Maybe this is where I'm getting rewarded for my talents. And you give yourself a lot longer runway than if you just kind of try this one thing and then try the next thing and then try the next thing. So it's really intentional with the way we start without the expectation that people will do that for the rest of their career.
Let's talk about Brandon S., our fourth trader who became great, and let's talk about what we can learn from him. This is a great example of the micro actions that you take every day is really what drives performance. And I want to play a clip from you, Jeff, of my favorite podcaster, Rich Roll. Hear what he has to say about the importance of micro actions, and then if
Community and
answer some questions. Because when he first reached out to us, he was 18 and he had been trading for 18 months prior to that. And we struck up a conversation and, I said, hey, you're young, you're pretty young, but
18 years old. You can start this at 18 years old. 18. I don't think I started at 18 years old. I started it not at 18. Not at 18. I was doing other things.
why don't you apply to the firm and we'll see what Jeff says. And then when he applied to the firm, he put in his applicant stack. This is where we keep our applications. Usually somebody just puts a resume in and they answer some questions. If you look at his application, there's a trading philosophy from him. There's a strong momentum pullback playbook trade. There's his report cards for the month.
He's 18 years old and he has a report card. How many of you have a report card? None of you, probably. You don't even have a report. You don't even know what that is. You're just winging it.
That are in there. There's a trading journal. There's a wash.
Trading journal at 18 years old. He has a trading journal and he's barely legal to vote. You guys are probably in your 40s and you don't have a trading journal. Maybe in your 50s, you're like, oh, I don't worry about it. It's just one big loss. One big loss that's like, that wipes out 80% of my trades. And I don't need a trading journal. What's that for? I don't need to know about that. 2 losses that wiped out 80% of my gains. Nah. I'm too good for a trading journal. I don't want to learn from it. I'll just make it happen again.
Out long playbook strategy. There's a PLTR trade management trade. That is way more comprehensive and detailed than you'll see with lots of other people. But yeah, I mean, and he interned. He's the youngest person to ever intern, I think, right, Jeff?
yeah, I think so. I think it was a weird year because it was during
He interned as a freshman.
Are you listening to this? If the guy is doing this at 18 years old, I have people that are 40 years old and they're not even doing a third of what the guy that's 18 years old is doing. A third, not even he does. Most traders that sign up to my website, they don't even look at their trades. That's like saying I don't look at my workouts. I don't look at what I eat. I'm just gonna chug down some freaking Big Macs and just go to the gym and just look like a slob. That's like going to the gym and eating burgers and fries. Right. That's just not gonna happen. It's just you're not gonna get anywhere.
Right?
He interned as a freshman because everybody was remote. And so we allowed, we kind of had a different year. And so he interned after his freshman year of college. And so he had 3 years of interning with us. And what was interesting was he works tirelessly.
We need to do more of that. We should have more freshmen interns.
tirelessly. Let me take a look at my subscriber base. I had some subscribers that just show up at 9:01 or 9:25, and they're like, "What's moving?" That's what they're doing. They're just waking up at 9 and they're like, "What's moving?" And it's like, no, you missed all the moves because you weren't awake at 7 o'clock a.m. from Tuesday to Friday. You think I liked waking up at 7 o'clock a.m.? You know how shitty my sleep score is after I put my alarm to wake up at 7? You think I enjoy it? No, I do it because my data backs up that system. You need to be up at 7. There's no ifs and buts. I mean, I understand it's a cold market. There's nothing moving. Cool, bro. Wake up at 10. I don't care. But when things are moving, if you're not up at 7, forget it. You're going to be behind the curve. They're going to be probably popping all over the place tomorrow. And I'm going to be right there buying them.
If
If they're like Brandon, if they're like Brandon, we would love to. But he worked tirelessly and still does to this day. I mean, just still loves trading, loves thinking about his trading, doesn't obsess over his P&L too much. Although we will probably tell this story of we did set a P&L goal. We don't usually do this, but this is something he really wanted. And so we set a P&L goal with him of, he was starting to get better and we could see that process improvement. We could see those little edges stacked up. His ability to learn from every single trade he made. And so we were challenging him in an A+ opportunity using the barbell method that Lance has talked about so much, and I'm sure he'll highlight in a second. But we challenged Brandon. We said, all right, listen, if you get your first 6-figure trade, we'll all go out for a really nice steak dinner. Tell him about the barbell method, though. Let's hear a little bit about how Brandon did this.
Yeah. So one strategy that I found leads to the most explosive growth for traders is on one side of the whole barbell method is you find your easy money trades. Those easy money trades for many traders at SMB and based on what they teach and coach is going to be scalping. And Brandon started to build up a playbook of scalp trades, his easy money trades, as I like to call them.
Trades that show up every single day. You're just sitting at your seat. They literally hit you between the eyes when you're watching them and watching for them. And you can execute, the rules around them. You understand how the tape should feel.